back to my channel. My name is Laura. I am pre-recording Friday Reads, and I am in the middle of 4 books. 2 are nonfiction for Nonfiction November, and 2 of them are fiction books. So the first book that I am reading is The Midwife by Jennifer Worth. This is written very like a fiction book, but is nonfiction, and it's very interesting to learn that they didn't have a lot of hospital visits when you had a child. And it was pretty interesting to read that because I was born in 1970 and they rarely had hospital visits. So it's really interesting to learn. And they always had a midwife that came to the house and delivered the babies, which is really interesting. And this is written like a fiction book. So I'm really enjoying the story. I read 120 pages already, so I'm like halfway through the book, and I definitely will be watching the show. I heard there's a show. I'm not sure if it's on Netflix. If not, I will rent it from the library. I'm sure they have it, but I am enjoying this one. So the second nonfiction book that I am reading is actually on my Kindle. I downloaded it to my iPad, and the book's name, I will put a picture up here, but the book's name is called Anne of Green Gables, My Daughter and Me, What My Favorite Book Taught Me About Grace, Belonging, and Orphan in All of Us by Laura Lee Cracker. So it's pretty interesting that I had this on my Kindle and I was searching for something in my nonfiction on my Kindle to read, and this is what it popped up. And now it's all about adoption. And I thought it was pretty interesting. I so want to read Anne in Green Gables now because I have not read it yet. So I did pull it off my shelf. So this is the book that I have. It's a very cute book that I have on my shelf. Very classic-y. Yeah, and has, like, this is the back. This is really cool. So anyway, my grandmother was adopted, so that's why I wanted to read books about adoption. So yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting, and I have not read Anne of Green Gables, so it's given me a little push to say, okay, you need to read this soon. So yeah, but I'm learning a lot from the nonfiction book, so I'm hoping that she doesn't spoil it for me. But yeah, so this will be something I will be reading very shortly. Okay, on to my fiction books. I went through my ABC challenge to see what letters am I missing, because I only have 2 more months and I need to finish my ABC challenge, and the letter E was something that I needed to read. So I looked on my shelf and I found this one, Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. Anyway, I started to read this one. Now, I did read quite a bit of this. However, I'm not really liking it. I did read 140 pages. I'm on page 16, chapter 16. So I did read this much. The reason I'm not liking it so much, it is written like fangirl, and I did not like fangirl at all. Yeah, it brings you in and out of the story. Let me see if I can find a part. So there is like graphic things in between, and then there is this, which I hate. Anyway, but I am reading this for the letter E, and I'm just so upset that I bought this book because everybody gave it 5 stars, and of course, to me, it's not 5 stars, but yeah, so I'm reading this. I want to finish it, but again, I'm not quite liking it. So that's this one. Okay, the next book is a fiction book that I'm reading. I just got it in the mail yesterday. It's a new release. I pre-ordered it, and the book that I am reading is The Becoming of Noah Shaw. This is another series that Michelle Hodkin has written, and it is about Noah Shaw's talking. She's narrating the whole book. It is part of the Maradiah series. They're saying it's book 1. So it says up here, book 1. So it's a new series. I'm sure she's going to be writing more. It actually says one of the Shaw's Confessions trilogy. So there is going to be 3 of these. This is book 1. And if you have been watching my channel, you know that I love Maradiah. I loved book 1 and book 2, but then book 3 I was disappointed with. But I wanted to continue on reading, and actually my Naomi is reading the first book of Maradiah because I was telling her that it's something that you start reading and you're like, what the heck am I reading? Like, but this one I read so far 152 pages, and yeah, it's keeping my interest. I'm learning more about Maradiah. She is in this book, and I'm learning more about her character, and it is starting to click a little bit. So we'll see if I like it or not. So I will continue reading this one. So those are the 4 books that I'm currently reading. I kind of like put my audiobooks on hold. I'm not listening because I can't keep my interest on the audiobook, so I started putting music on again in the car. But these are the physical books that I'm currently reading. So anyway, hopefully I will finish one of these soon, and next week I'll have something else to share. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.